Hello everybody, I'm Roxy and this is Rock Movies. Today I want to tell you about 5 books that I expect to get to in the first 6 months of 2021. The common theme is big books, but not big books as those mass market paperbacks, not The Count of Monte Cristo or The Man Who Loved Children or Les Miserables or any Dickens, not that sort of thing, although I do want to read all of those. This is physically big books that I don't have any chance of reading in any other way that is not sitting down, propping them on my lap or on a table. That's the concept we're going for today. Actually, one is so big and it's in my apartment, I'm going to have to do a cutaway and film separately because it is too huge. Let's get on with it. The first one I have is a book in Spanish, but I think there is an English version. It's an illustrated history of Disney. I got this a couple of years ago. It is lovely. I'm very drawn to Disney. I'm drawn to Disney in the same odd way one is drawn to psychopaths. There is something so sinister and attractive about this idealized world of childhood that I just love. I love it at face value. Like, I've been to the Orlando Disney World a couple of times and I've enjoyed it so much, especially Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom is my favorite. I don't know if I enjoy it now, quite honestly. Maybe I would. Who knows, being in this world of commercial magic, and I love the movies, especially the old ones, but at the same time I understand the evilness of this empire that is trying to monopolize the whole media industry, and it's terrible, but it's also fascinating. I want to read this book. It's lovely. It is a bit outdated. I think it covers until... It has Big Hero 6 and Frozen. I think that's the newest stuff it covers. It does cover Pixar too, so I'm happy about that. I just really want to check it out. The author, by the way, is Jim Fanning. The translation is by Robert Falcó and José Luis López Angón. Then I have this wonderful book, also by DK. DK Press, you know, always winning. Actually, this was bought by my dad, Journey, an illustrated history of travel. This was created by Simon Adams, R.G. Grant, Andrew Humphreys, with an editorial consultant, Father Michael Collins, and a foreword by Simon Reeve, who is, I think, a very well-known non-fiction history writer, like dad book writer. I say dad book, it's the books that I like to read, but I still think the definition is quite valid. Anyways, look at this beautiful baby. So I want to read it. Then I have Hamilton, The Revolution. I bought this because I went to see Hamilton. I just couldn't resist. I mean, so good. I think this is about the making of the musical. It's not about like actual Hamilton, which is fine for me. I love the musical. I don't have any strong opinions on Hamilton just yet. I understand he might be a more controversial and complex figure than the hero portrayed on the musical, because it is a musical. I understand that they need archetypes. I've seen a lot of debate on this. I do own and expect to read at some point the Ron Chernow biography, so I will get to that. Then I have a 2-volume set, but I'm counting this as one, a Spanish edition of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And I have no idea why this English version is called The Hunchback of Notre Dame, because the title in Spanish is Our Lady Paris, or Our Lady of Paris, and in French is like Notre Dame de Paris. So I don't know why the figure of the hunchback needed to be emphasized in English. Anyways, these were a present from my students the first year I worked as a teacher, or the second. I think it might have been the second. I haven't got to them yet, even though that was 5 or 6 years ago now. So I really should get to them. And also, they are illustrated by my favorite illustrator, Benjamin Lacombe. So there you go. He is a genius and I love him. I like that it's somewhat illustrated, but it's not too heavily illustrated, which, you know, sometimes I can get behind like really heavily illustrated editions, but in this case, because it is such a long book that it needed to be published in 2 volumes, I love that it doesn't feel like it's saturated and that the text itself is really well spaced out and easy to read. And I also like that this edition in particular has bibliography and a short text on the author and some translation notes. Let's see who was the translator, because you know, name the translator, Carlos R. de Dampierre. I assume it is a French name as well, because he translated and annotated these 2 books, and that is awesome. Now we're cutting away to the final book. Okay, so there is the book in question, which, oh my fucking okay, Libraries by Taschen. By Massimo Listri, published by Taschen. And if you know Taschen, you know they don't do anything halfway. So this comes in a box, which I need my 2 hands to open, so bear with me. That is the book. It's gorgeous. It's one of my most prized possessions, and it basically talks about libraries as concepts, historically speaking, but also just the most beautiful libraries in the world. I have read some of it, but you can understand that you need to make a conscious effort to read this. Just looking at the pictures takes a lot of time because they are so HD and so beautiful, but the text is also, not that much, but it's still text, and it's a huge book that you need to pull out, and it's not something you can just read a couple pages in 5 minutes. So yeah, this is the 5th book. And that was it. I hope you enjoyed this video. A bit of a TBR, starting already on the projects. You know, I have so many projects already for 2021. We'll see which ones of those pan out. I aim to have all my projects for 2021 videos done and up by December, and then in January focus on wrapping up 2020, because I am the kind of person that might be finishing something on the 31st of December and will want to include it in the December wrap-ups and the year wrap-ups. So I need to wait. I need to do it in January. That's just how I operate. So yeah, that wasn't relevant for this video, but I'm happy you know. Please leave a like and comment down below. Have you read any of these books? Do you want to read any of these books? Are you interested in these very big graphic books? Do you like them? I know a lot of people who don't. I personally do enjoy them, although it is hard to find time to read them, which is why I'm doing this. Follow me on my other social media. Everything is linked down below. Bye, see you next time.